Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I would like to welcome you back into the courtroom, back to the case of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I hope you all are doing well today. As always, it's a pleasure to have you back here with me, and I hope you are ready to jump back into this case. Now, if you can recall, on our last encounter, we were investigating the murder of a Mr. Jack Hammer, who our client, Will Powers, has been accused of murdering. And if you can recall, our client, Mr. Powers, is a gentle giant. He would never do such a thing. So, we have taken it upon ourselves to make sure that his name is cleared and he gets off free. Let's continue the investigation and see if we can... Almost had it, y'all. That was professional. Almost had it. Well, you know what we about to do. We better get back into it. Anyways, let's get it. Oh, and don't think I know I forgot the last episode. Don't think I'm gonna forget this time though. Yeah, that part. We gotta have that every time. All right, let's get it. All right. Let's start going back here. October 16th, Wright & Co. offices. What's going on, Nick? Howard said he was sleeping in his dressing room, but now there's a photo of him going to the studio. Don't look at me. How should I know? Let's talk about it. What do you think? That photo the detective was talking about is a problem here. Well, that's hard to say without seeing the actual photo ourselves. But if it is Powers in that photo, his alibi is shot. Only one person went to the scene of the crime before the murder took place. And there's a photograph to prove it. I guess it makes sense that the person is the killer then. What do we do? Maybe there was someone else who could have gone to the scene other than Powers. Let's take a look. Maybe that security lady missed someone. One thing's for sure, if there are any clues, they'll be in that studio. I ain't gonna lie, I should have gone back through and rewatched this, because I be forgetting, you know, you take even just the slightest bit of time off from a game, and you just forget. The studio mascot. I guess it's a monkey of some kind. That's a monkey? What kind of monkey has a nose like that? He's holding a sign in his hand. Right to Studio 1, left to Studio 2. What's up with that thing? It looks kind of busted. Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Like, what happened? Oh, the wind was pretty strong yesterday and the head broke off. It took that tree down with it too. Oh, that tree. Detective Gumshoe, what's down the path to the left? It looks like a tree fell over that path. Oh, yeah. That way's kind of dangerous. You should stay out, pal. There's nothing down there anyway. That's where Studio 2 used to be, they tell me. They don't use it now, though. Okay. Hey, there's a camera here. That's a security camera. It takes photos of people going to the studio. All you have to do is look at the data and you can see who went there, or who went where. There's a number plate on the camera. ST1307. Okay, we gotta remember that. That must be the camera ID number. Alright. There's a big welcome sign above the path. Yeah, apparently the studio's fallen on tough times. They started letting people in on days they aren't filming. They make a bit of extra money by charging for admission. Huh? You sure know a lot about this place, detective. You know, you could always quit being a detective and work here. Yeah, and what perfect timing with the studio mascot down for the count. Huh? Just what's that supposed to mean, pal? They called you a clown, bro. Alright. Anything else here? Looks like we checked everything. Alright. Oh, yeah, we gotta do this. Okay, yeah. Forgot all about that. October 16th, Studio 1. No one's here. I wonder if the security lady got mad at that assistant. That's definitely a possibility. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna... Wow, look at that camera! That must cost a ton. Yeah, so don't... Wait, didn't I already check this? Whoa, it's heavier than I thought. I think we started to check it, and then what's her name came in and interrupted us. Looks like a backdrop for a stage. This must be used in the Steel Samurai show. Of course! That's the mountain, Neo Fujiyama. Doesn't the Steel Samurai take place in Old Tokyo? Can you even see Mount Fuji from there? Not Old Tokyo, Nick. Neo Old Tokyo. Oh. Right. Alright. Alright. Look, a ladder. That's a step ladder. So what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right. Sorry. This girl was out there. Honestly, it looks like a ladder to me. We're gonna check everything before we check the outline. Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in. I always wanted to sit in one of these. Hey, Nick, take a look at that. One of those black and white boards they clap at the start of filming. And look! A megaphone! A real live megaphone! Ready? Nick? Action! This girl is more trouble than I thought. Man, she just having fun, bro. Relax. What's this? That's for reflecting light. They call it a reflecting screen or something like that. The assistant holds it during filming. Huh? What? Where's your enthusiasm for all things entertainment? Well, lighting is fine, but I'd want to be the director. Or maybe the Steel Samurai. I think she's being serious. Okay, I think we got everything. Yep. Alright, let's get it. They outline where Jack Hammer's body lay with tape. His body was found still inside of the evil Madras costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Yeah, I was kind of wondering that. Funny, I expected a spear stabbing would leave at least a few bloodstains. I guess the costume must have absorbed most of it. Interesting. Is that everything here? Do I got a slide? No slide? Alright. I think that's everything in here. So let's go back out here. See if we can talk to him about that bloodstain. No? Okay. I don't think there's anything else in here either. I think we pretty much got everything. I'm still curious about this though. This... Did I not check this last time? The metal grate on the drain here has been taken off. That's a pretty big drain. A kid could fit through there, I bet. Yeah, if you snuck in that way, you wouldn't have to pay at the gate. Well, if you want to leave that way, be my guest. Right! Huh? Hey, I'm not a kid! I could have swore I checked that last time. But yeah, like that's obviously something's weird. Like the fact that that's off, like somebody had to have like snuck in or done something in order to get to what's his name. The security guard station. That security lady must like junk food. There's a mountain of it on the desk in there. I can see the computer that runs the security camera. Oh yeah, let's look at that. Let's look at that. The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer. Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Absolutely! Okay, let's give it a try. You know how to work these things, Nick. Looks like I just have to enter a few numbers. Let's see. First, I need the date of the murder. Looks like the camera turned on at 1 p.m. that day. 1. That was when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Uh, 370? There, entered. Nothing happened. Huh? Oh, maybe I got the wrong number. Alright, bro. Y'all gonna make me do this whole thing over again? Come on. We don't gotta have the same dialogue. We just talked about it. Come on. do this. Nice. Hey, it printed out the data for that day. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we're looking at the picture right now. Look, it's clearly somebody who's not big enough for the outfit. So it's a short person. They said that a kid could sneak in through that grate, or maybe a smaller person. Look, I was also thinking about this. So old girl, the assistant, she really likes Mr. Powers. She seems to really think he's cool. She was like, do anything that we could to make sure that he's he gets off free. Maybe she murked old dude because she wanted Powers to have a better position in the spotlight, if we will. I'm just thinking. Huh? How is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back. Huh? October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. What does that mean? Maybe there's more photo data from that day. Nope, that's the only one in the computer. So somebody had the other one and deleted it. And the security guard could do that. I'm just saying. She was kind of shady too. I don't trust anybody right now. She was kind of shady. She was in the background. I don't know. Anything could have happened. Hey, Nick. Can't we use this photo as evidence for the trial? Yeah. We'll put that security lady in her place with this. Right. We'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. Yeah, I don't think we should show her that. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate. Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke. Are we done for today? I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. Part of me wishes I kind of continued on the last episode, but like I said, I want to keep them like under an hour, kind of like around like the 45-minute range. So October 18th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. There we go. Did I see Edgeworth? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Here we go with this news. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Look at this dude's face, bro. He has no idea where he's at. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. Okay. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 o'clock p.m. on that day. Past the security station there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at her, I ain't gonna lie. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then, after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. Golly, bro. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to the whole thing again? Let's listen to, well, I'm gonna say listen again because I want to see if it gives us a chance to press him on some stuff. I'm sorry, could you describe that one more time? I should have known it would be you, pal. Fine. One more for the okay, don't do that. Don't do that. One more for the mentally challenged lawyer. Yeah. Live it up while you can, Gumshoe. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna skip all this. Like, I was kind of hoping we'd be able to press it at some point, but... I'll see y'all in a minute. Alright, we're back. I think I can probably remember that. So, the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Okay. Excuse me. The spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim. Your Honor, this case is quite simple, if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call this security officer to the stand. Alright. Will the witness declare her name? Stop. Stop, bro. Stop. My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. Her actual last name is Oldbag. Here we go. Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Alright, witness's account. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the state. Alright, so that's weird right there. What errands does she have to run? I'm looking at her funny, bro. I'm looking at her and I'm looking at the assistant funny. It was one of them. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading towards the studio. Okay. You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Alright. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. You know us, but we press everything. So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio. Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You'd need an employee card key to get in. Right. Okay, hold on. So you would need an employee card key to get in, right? Remember how she said she didn't have a card key? Remember how we showed her the key and she was like trying to get us to hand it over because she didn't have one? How'd she get in? Maybe crawl through a drain? I'm just saying. Keep these things in mind. Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be in there could get in. Was there anyone at the studio when you arrived at the guard station? The poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run through there since the morning. Run through? They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon, and were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon. So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero. There was a run-through in the morning. Why did you only get there afternoon? Oh, well, I had some errands to run that morning. Yeah, what errands? Come on. What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. No, I don't know. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers. Observing, you know. Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never miss one in all my years. Wow. I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until... Oh, shit. I'm messing up. I'm not pressing, y'all. I got distracted. How do you know that? Oh, I have my ways. That overdressed young detective told me. I fed him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job. Poor Detective Gumshoe. Getting ratted out by a security guard. Yeah, bro called it stray, I ain't gonna lie. Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. Okay? 2? You're sure? Yeah, what time did the picture say? It didn't say like 2:30 or something? Hold on. Sure as spit. Well, who was the man? Really? You should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Now, don't get your skivvies in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. So you saw Mr. Powers? That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, Sonny? Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon. I'll say it again, it was him. Okay. I was gonna present it to the previous statement, but let's try it. Let's try it now and see. There we go. Music stopped. Let me get this straight, old bag. Mrs. Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. Bro. Keep missing that. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo-Old Tokyo. Mrs. Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course! Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? So, like, bro, so you saw him in a costume. You don't know who it is. Oh my god. Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss, witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Both of them crack me up. Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. I didn't know everyone would be so nosy. You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. Okay. The man in the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. Yo, I didn't even notice this. The spear is broken. I just now saw that. Now I'm just confused because I mean there could be a separate spear. Obviously, I mean they would have multiple props in case something happened to one. But no, that's gonna come back to us later. I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See, clear as day. He's dragging both legs because he's not tall enough, because that's not him. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? So he had a sprain, or so he had sprained his ankle. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's gotta be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Alright. No, I'm gonna press you on that. Hey, I haven't said anything yet. I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow, the up and up. Mr. Wright, please, for all of our sakes, try not to upset the witness. I think Edgeworth has met his match. That morning during the run-through of the action scene. Sure. Who was present at that run-through? Well, let's see. There was Powers. He was the Steel Samurai. Then poor old Mr. Hammer, the evil magistrate. And me. And what exactly were you doing? Observing. Just observing. Okay, why'd she say it like that? What about the assistant? Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such. So she didn't see the run-through then. Okay. I saw Powers trip and fall. Trip and fall. Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh! So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. Hey, yo, what? Chill. You helped make it better? Old bag out here, a freak, y'all. She a freak, y'all. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Old bag a freak, yo. She kissing. Okay. Where was the assistant then? Oh, her. Oh, excuse me. Oh, her. Oh, her. Sorry, gotta get my voice back right. She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony. She a whole freak, y'all. Like he moved my camera. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. He broke a prop. Sure did. His own samurai spear. His samurai spear? The murder weapon? Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. Okay. This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court records. Yeah, thank you. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Thus the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot? Okay. I think we've heard enough, haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me, which is... where is this steel samurai costume now? That's a good question. Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure, Your Honor? Yeah, nah. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities. But we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Allow me to remove your doubt from that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So, if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. I don't know why it's so hard for them to realize that it could be somebody else in the costume. How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then after some rubbish about being a secret pal, he told me everything. I see. Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officers' fondness for donuts. The only person I saw going to the studio before them was Will Powers. Okay. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody's suspicious looking. Right. No one else went in there. Oh, I missed it. Are you sure? Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy? He's mad, bro. This is hilarious. Oh, old windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. Oh, okay. Okay, so we did that. Only person I saw going to the studio before then was Will Powers. I think we can check that. No one else went in there. What about before you got to the guard station? You mean before 1 o'clock? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. Okay, so maybe I have to present something at this point. The time of poor Hammer's death was two. Okay, hold on. Was that the actual time of his death? Okay, yeah. Okay. So the photo it shows 2 o'clock. So that wait, was that? Let's try this. I can use that for the thumbnail. Hold on. Let's try presenting it. Nope. Okay.
2 hours later.
We'll see. Hold on. There we go. I had to go through so much to get back to this point, y'all. Alright. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. Look at this photograph. Sorry. Every time I do it makes me laugh. Alright, I'm done. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sure be, Sonny. So, whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. In here, I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Okay, she got jokes. Alright. Right, anyway. Right, anyway. It's also true that the computer at the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words, October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually, I know that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2, right? Where's photo number 1? Photo number 2? The computer only held data for 1 photo on that date. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? So yeah, I think so what it is, it caught the person sneaking in the first time. The actual person. And the person knew the camera would take it, so they went back and deleted it sometime later on, I guess. And so it would just show the Steel Samurai. Good catch, Phoenix. Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet, there is only data for 1 of these photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself. You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes. That's what it would seem to mean. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help! Oh, she got it too. Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You whippersnapper. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai? Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. I see. Your testimony, please. Of the other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security camera and check them in. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day. She playing games, y'all. She playing games. Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it. Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. What job is that? Another job? That's right. I check all the people that pass by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes. Do you back up all of the security camera data? She don't know what that means. Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating. I'll throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part. For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag. Well, I didn't touch that suspicion-looking Will Powers photo, did I? I think she's missing the point. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Which was? Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy. Fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging out about. One was there that day. And you failed to mention this. You failed to mention this. Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. There we go. Yep. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain? I told you they were freaks. Oh, and the kids. They're kids, children, whippersnappers. Kids! So, on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What?
Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studio that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh, yes. Well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it will be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield a samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him.
This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. October 18th, 11 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Mr. Powers? Yes?
Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio.
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? Just have him put on the suit and we'll see it.
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner, off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal the Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we gonna do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another date. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go.
What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that.
I'm gonna save real quick. Because I don't want to have to go back through anything else. Let's keep pushing this a little bit. Let's keep pushing it. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime.
Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Right, great. As the stakes weren't high enough.
So, who was this person, other than Mr. Powers, that could have committed the murder?
Okay. Like I said at the beginning, the assistant she was kind of sketchy to me. But we need to figure out more about the grade school boy too. Because just because he's small doesn't mean that something, couldn't have happened. It could have been an accident, So let's go ahead and try this real quick and see where that leads us. It was a grade school boy. Why isn't anyone saying anything? Are you seriously suggesting the boy did it, Mr. Wright? Grade school boy kills veteran action star with spear. For one thing, the murder weapon was was with the Steel Samurai. Would you care to explain just how the boy would have attained it from him? Maybe that was a dumb move on my part. Maybe? How about absolutely, Nick? Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to penalize you as I warned. Okay, so we had plenty of health left, so we can go for what's her name. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. May we move on, Mr. Wright? Alright, so the assistant. Alright, it was in her dressing room. She stole it, and in doing so, she became the Steel Samurai. So you're saying the Steel Samurai in the picture is really the assistant? That's correct, Your Honor. If you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photo? Wasn't the Steel Samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot. What? Powers and poor Hammer were on the run through. Yeah. Oh, and me. What about the assistant? Oh, her. She was cleaning her backdrops up there. Cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. The assistant knew nothing about Mr. Powers' injury. She could look the Steel Samurai look with that costume. But she couldn't walk the Steel Samurai walk. She wouldn't have limped. It kind of takes the legs out from under that case. Bro, really? So we're gonna blame what's her name? That's stupid. Nobody knows that y'all wants to. Yeah. Alright, come on. That's crazy. Alright. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Who? The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The picture just doesn't look like he was dragging his foot. It just looks like a short person struggling to walk because they got long pants on, but that's just me. The security lady, Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper? She built like my old PE teacher, bro, from like elementary school. Order. Is this true, Oldbag? Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you. Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she had no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. Okay. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there. Do something. What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. Yeah, press further, bro. We don't give no breaks. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler, though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? It doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops. Golly. She hitting her dad with the single legs, the double legs. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Or is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elders day, whippersnapper? I have proof. Proof? Indeed. Let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder. Okay. We got proof. want to say it's the spear. Because she did say she taped it up. Let's go with that. Your Honor, the murder weapon was the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. Oh, after she taped it up. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible. I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? The windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy, what was her name? Something old bag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Wait a second. She said, nah, bro, we continuing. You ain't gonna say I'm guilty. All right, hold on. All right. I'm not just gonna sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me. I'm talking. Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk. Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom? Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify. Bro, I thought we were done. My mouth getting dry? Y'all know how it gets. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studio that day. But if you're gonna go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. I don't blame her. Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. So we gotta figure out who these other people were. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. So you were told not to talk. That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less. Why didn't I hear about this? Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer, for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Yeah, like, where's like the crew, you know, the janitors gotta clean stuff up. Like, where's everybody at? It'd just be 3 or 4 people there, you know? Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So, where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in Studio 2 trailer. So you can get to Studio 2. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was falling over. I still don't see how that's a monkey. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but... sure. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder. I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side. So you got your bonus and still talked. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. I mean, why not continue? I guess there's no harm in getting as much info as I can. Oh, okay. I guess we can just take a break. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information on these other people we have just been told of. Oh, he's pissed, bro. He is livid. I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. All right, any more interruptions? Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Aw, really, it's nothing. Oh, or should I? Okay. We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been Old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off of Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right. We'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys. To be continued. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, with that being said, we're going to end it there for today. I have a feeling this is going to be a long trial because I didn't even think about the fact that there were only like 3 or 4 people. Was it 4 people in the entire studios? It's like, where's the crew? Like, where's the film crew? Where's the director? Where's the producer? So we got to find out who all these people were. We got to bring them into court. We're going to have to question them. But this is fun. I enjoyed this trial. I'm enjoying it so far. This whole case so far. It's interesting. I'm definitely curious to see who did it. Because like I said, I thought it was going to be what's her name, the assistant. And now she's, not looking as suspicious. She's still suspicious, but not as suspicious. They still got the producer. Still got the kid. I feel like something's still up with the kid. You never know who did what. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are enjoying this so far. If you are, please remember to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, or if you haven't already, comment, blah blah blah. I'm trying to remember all the things you gotta say. But anyways, guys, thank you for coming back through. I will catch you on the next one. I'll talk to you later.